Welcome back to your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on SABC3. Another beautiful morning greets us here at our Cape Town studios. Hopefully, wherever you are in the country, it's just as beautiful to start your day. Now, here's some news from the medical fraternity. A woman who had an incurable form of cancer called multiple myeloma has had the signs of the cancer eradicated from her body for at least 6 months now. And the amazing thing about that is that all of this was achieved with just a single treatment. Here's the story.
Stacey Erholtz is counting her lucky stars. For 10 years, she's battled multiple myeloma, an incurable cancer of the blood. But she's just undergone a high-tech test that has confirmed she's in remission.
I think it's just remarkable. Who would have thought?
Stacey has endured virtually every suitable chemotherapy drug, only to relapse time and again. Then, just as she had run out of treatment options, her doctors at the Mayo Clinic in the US tried something radical. A single high-dose injection of the measles virus.
Well, it's a very simple concept. Viruses naturally come into the body and they destroy tissue.
And I received enough, apparently, to vaccinate 100 million people, which was alarming, and I was happy to hear that after the fact.
In very simple terms, the measles virus makes cancer cells join together and essentially explode. It then apparently triggers another lasting benefit.
There's some suggestion that it may be stimulating the patient's immune system to further recognize the cancer cells or the myeloma cells and help mop that up more effectively than otherwise.
After more than a decade of work on the concept, researchers say that the final breakthrough came when the lab at Mayo Clinic figured out how to make highly concentrated doses of the virus, virtually the same strain of virus used safely as a vaccine. The treatment is an example of oncolytic virotherapy using engineered viruses to fight cancer. Thousands of patients have received this type of therapy using common cold viruses, pox, and even herpes viruses. But this is the first case of a patient with cancer experiencing complete remission using a virus.
It really needs to go in throughout the whole bloodstream and circulate to the whole body wherever the cancer cells are hiding.
Now disease-free for over 6 months, Stacey's multiple myeloma remains in check, and her doctors say the results are completely changing the game.
We recently have begun to think about the idea of a single-shot cure for cancer, and that's our goal with this therapy.
Having effectively completed a phase 1 clinical trial, the team will now test the treatment on more patients and monitor its effectiveness as a tool to fight other cancers. Whether that works, only time will tell. But these doctors agree a cancer-free world may one day be a reality.
Well, I can't help but looking at that clip and realizing that there might be help and even a cure and some good news out there. Well, we want some insights on this topic. Hematologist Dr. David Britton is joining us on the phone line this morning. Doctor, welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Good morning, and good morning to your listeners.
Now, there is speak of this, that this is a big event. You know, we're extremely excited about this. Should we be getting our hopes up that this is a cure for this type of cancer?
Oncolytic virotherapy is something that's been visualized for over 60 years now, and currently there are more than 50 ongoing clinical trials in this area. It is a very promising area of research, and there are a number of successes and partial successes in this field. So I think to get one's hopes up is well, that's what hope is, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I think we still have a little way to go before it is generally available.
I've recently lost a family member to cancer, and I know that there's a lot of people that either suffer from it or know someone close to them who is suffering from cancer. Could we say that this is not such a bad type of cancer? I mean, would the woman have, if she didn't have the treatment, died of this particular cancer?
Multiple myeloma is an incurable type of cancer. There are many forms of therapy for it. But having lived already 10 years with it, I would say that she was already past the average period when somebody would live with it. And it is actually a very serious cancer.
Yeah.
I would say it's not a mild cancer that she that this cure makes no difference to it. I think it's a significant impact on it.
Now, we can't help but ask, whether this type of cure is intended for other types of cancers as well. I mean, things like head and neck and perhaps ovarian cancer. Would this help for this? I mean, you're a doctor that specializes in disease and this type of disease and blood. Could one say that the same cure that was used for the multiple myeloma could be used for other type of cancers?
The way the oncotherapies work, or the viral oncotherapies work, is on a number of points. The first is that various viruses have an affinity for different types of tissue. So different viral viruses can be used to target different cancers. On top of that, we understand a lot about what makes viruses attack certain tissues. So we can engineer them to do that. For example, we know that herpes viruses attack nerves, or poliovirus attacks nerves, and so it can be used to treat nerve cancers. Or hepatitis viruses attack livers and liver cells, and so they can be used to attack liver cancers.
Okay. Doctor, just quickly, we have to go, but when can we expect it in South Africa?
I think that, as I said, I think we're still a number of years away from general access to this therapy.
Okay. Well, we're a number of years away, but we are so much closer to that cure. So thank you very much, Dr. David Britton, who's joining us in our studio this morning, giving us some hope. Now, if that's not feel good, then I'm not sure what is. Our hematologist that joined us on the show today. Graham, it's over to you.